Alright, so we're gonna clap to sync them up. Hey there.
Hi.
We are Art School Dissections, and we take pencils and scalpels to get to the bottom of truths about art school and the art industry. My name's Maddie Gabhart, at Mad Gabhart, and I'm here with
Peyton Hunt, or Broken Jaw.
And if you'd like to take a look at our credentials, we have our socials and portfolios listed in the description. But if this is your first time joining us in our studio, we're a couple of art school grads who are trying to make sense of life and art after art school. So this week, we're talking about us. A deep dive into what this podcast is and who we are, because this is the first one. And
yes.
Woo-hoo!
We're excited.
It's been a long time in the making.
A very long time in the making. We are in our studio space that we got. Oh my gosh, has it been almost a month now?
Oh God, has it really?
It has. Yeah, we've painted a couple walls, you just can't see them yet.
And this one will be painted.
Yes, so you have to stick around for the next episode, because it'll probably be painted by then.
Yeah,
I hope.
it should. I mean, it's petting the wall, but
It has the guidelines.
But a little bit more about what this is. Do you want to take the mission statement?
Yeah, sure. So just reading off our mission statement, Art School Dissections offers a safe space for emerging and current artists to learn about the ins and outs of art school and the art industry. This is a podcast to bring clarity and resources to people who are interested in or involved in art school. We're going to talk about tips about classes and college life, the honest truths about job searching, and learn about current job opportunities in the field. Hear from current students, recent grads, professors, and people in the art field that we should have on to interview, hopefully. Hosted by me and Maddie, who are recent CCAD graduates. Yeah,
That's us.
that is kind of just the whole premise for the podcast.
Yeah, this is the why we're making this is really just I want to collaborate with awesome artists like Peyton and everyone else that we are going to have on, and to bring understanding and resources to those who are interested in literally what the hell art school is, because it's such an ambiguous thing and there's so much mystery around it, and even while you're in it, it's kind of hard to understand like the why, the how, the who for.
Yeah.
So we're delving into all of that.
Yeah, and even being like here in the studio, I've spoken to some CCAD grads from like the early 2000s, and even they are like kind of on the same page as us of like, yeah, it was, but I couldn't tell you why. Or it's also changed so much too, which is interesting, like the way art school has progressed in the past couple of years because of how the industry has changed. So
Yeah.
it's cool to see the progression of it, because it's just wacky.
I mean, like, even, like, 40 years ago, it was mostly, like, paint this thing.
Yeah.
And now it's, like, learn all of Adobe Suite.
Yeah, learn how to post to Instagram. Learn how to make the algorithm work for you.
There's so many facets of, like, what an artist is in the modern age. And, like, art school does help, but I think some of it is also a little, I don't want to say obsolete, but, I mean, originally it really was. Or actually, I'm not an expert in that. I don't know what it was. I know what it is for me.
Yeah.
But we're going to have people on that do know what it was like, because they're a little bit older and a little bit wiser than us.
They've been around.
They've been around.
They've been in the art community for a
Yeah.
lot longer than we have.
Yeah. But, you know, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing. So this is the journey. This is the documentation process of all this, not nonsense, but nonsensical life that we live.
And it helps that we have like the studio. I've
Oh,
noticed
yeah.
a huge change in my performance when it comes to post-grad energy.
Yeah.
Because it has been so down. And it's nice to be surrounded by people, because you don't realize how much the community at art school means until you're away from artists. And then you're like, oh, I'm like a vampire, and I needed to take their energy to actually make stuff. Because on my own, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do.
Give me inspiration. That was honestly, we're going to talk about this more later, but this is probably the best thing about art school was the community and the constant, like, I don't want to say pressure, but expectation to create things even if they were bad. And so, like, that routine and that rhythm and just, like, the energy of being with people who are making things constantly, it really affects you and what you make. And I feel much more energized now that we're in this space because, I mean, I was just drawing on my iPad on my coffee table in my apartment. Even though I have a little office desk, it's just like, this has been great, and I'm excited to see what we do with all of this. But not just for us, but this podcast is really meant to help art people, help people who want to be art people, you know, people who are considering going to art school and, like, what the nitty-gritty of it is and how to do it, our recommendations with some clarity of post-grad clarity.
Because you go into it knowing, well, you think you kind of know what you're getting into. And at least, like, from my experience, it was not what I had told myself or had been told at all. And there's a lot of stuff, even now, that you're just like, I wish I had known. I wish I had done.
Yeah.
How did I not know this? So it's just kind of, we want to have this podcast to kind of, like, talking to our past selves of just like, this is what we wish we had done. Let us tell you these opportunities that were there that we just didn't see. So now you can see them, and maybe they can help you grow and get farther along.
Yeah, make cool stuff.
Yes.
It's like, that's...
Enjoy it.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. That's, like, we got to make cool stuff. That's
why we're doing this. We didn't spend 4 years at school to not make cool stuff that we liked.
I mean, I made a lot that I didn't like.
There was a lot of stuff that I A, did not like what I did, and B, did not like having to do it. There were a lot of those, but you have to.
Yeah, but it's like part of the learning, growing process. Which, like, it is different from a traditional university. And as I went to a traditional university for a year, and it very different. And I can honestly say I'm very glad that I made the change. It was better for me. I made so much more, and I think that is what is fulfilling to me, is to make something that I am proud of and can share with people. And I really just want to bring joy and sunshine and pink and cuteness to everything. So
Pink and cuteness.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exhibit A and B and C and all the letters.
And if you are not watching the YouTube videos, we're pointing at all the pink things that are surrounding us currently.
Oh, yeah.
I guess while we're here, we can describe kind of what it looks like if you're just listening. The laptop is pink. The thing the laptop on is pink. Our microphone is pink.
The mouse.
The mouse is pink. The plant beside me is purple. That thing... Pot is purple. I forgot we left this guy here. I have a cheeseburger with 5 eyes and a human tongue with a tongue piercing.
So if that intrigues you at all, check out our YouTube channel.
You really should. He's a sight to see.
He's a cutie.
Watch this. Can you hear that? That's his tongue ring, I promise.
Doesn't sound like anything else.
No. See, that's why you have to watch the video, so you can see that I promise you it is a cheeseburger with a human tongue and a tongue ring that I was just moving around. And he's sitting on a red vase.
And we're in red chairs.
We are in red chairs. Thank you, Mom. She got me these cool red chairs. Shout out, Mom. She also helped with the studio. Shout out, Mom.
Yes.
Big shout out, Mom. And the wall will eventually have, like, yellow, orange, pink, and, like, purple-ish. I guess that's purple.
That's kind of purple.
It's one of the shades of purple.
Stay tuned for kind of purple.
Yeah. So it'll be here. So yeah, that's also why you need to watch to see how the space changes. Because we're gonna get new chairs, new furniture. It's gonna continue to grow. So
It's gonna evolve.
It
like
is.
we do.
And eventually we can show off the rest of the studio too.
do a little studio tour.
Yeah, she is in the early works, so
She's a little rough and ready. She's in thumbnail stages.
She's better now. Yeah, she hasn't quite made it to her outline phase. We're taking her easy.
Yeah, I think that's important to recognize where you're at and grow. Not grow slow, but grow naturally in that.
Yeah, don't force it.
Yeah.
That's something I did a lot in school that I wish I had known. Don't force it. Don't try to be something you're not. If you want to try something new, like, learn your pace and progress with yourself. Don't just be like, I can totally do oil paints. What are you talking about?
Yeah, everyone else does, so...
Yeah, I'm a capable artist. I can draw photorealism. Are you kidding me? I'm talented. What do you mean?
It's like no prior experience. I can do it. I mean, sometimes that delusion is super helpful and like
it pushed me a lot
and helping you try new things. But it's also having grace with yourself to let yourself be bad at things, especially in art school. Like, not all of your projects are going to be cute. A lot of them are going to be really butt ugly, actually. So
they're never going to see the light of day. They're not going to go in your portfolio.
No.
Once you finish them, they're hidden away, either in a file or in a closet.
Yeah.
And
deleted from your hard drive. Don't talk about it. Had one rough critique and that's it.
Yeah.
You just had
there are a lot of tears.
The way I didn't know how to scan things correctly at the beginning of art school. So like one of my first critiques was a scanning of a colored pencil drawing. Oh my god, it was rough. And
I got traditional.
No, it was for Intro to Illustration.
Oh.
And boy golly, did they give it to me. And boy golly, did I deserve it. And I didn't think I did at the time, but now looking back, and I'm like, I probably should have gotten a worse grade than I did. But that's
They're like, you're freshman.
First year, yeah.
The benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I know your professor, and it's surprising she gave a lot of benefit.
I know.
We love her, don't get me wrong. We'll be talking about her later.
She's awesome. But
yeah, she's definitely like, no, this is wrong, and I'm going to grade it fairly. Which is
actually helpful.
Yes, it needs to be that way sometimes. Probably all the time, but I'm sensitive, so.
Yeah. Because grading art in itself as a concept. So like that aspect of art school is very strange because you gotta. How do you
it's
rank
so
and classify?
Subjective.
Yeah. So there were a lot of parameters. It was really meeting meeting parameters instead of like, is this art good or bad?
Yeah. There is
Sometimes it was. I mean, but
there is
some professors did that, but they shouldn't have.
It's a lot of technique.
Yeah.
And core studies. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Know your core stuff. You can get to the fun stuff later.
But like, you gotta be able to draw hand. I'm sorry.
You do.
I'm sorry.
I'm still learning. I was there for a couple years. Ooh. So I kind of stopped drawing people. It's like, I'm totally into backgrounds now. What are you talking about?
I love patterns.
Yeah. I never draw people. I never drew them.
I'm drawing so many people right now.
You are drawing a lot of people.
And it's going. So stay tuned for those projects. We'll allude to those later.
Yeah.
Actually might be a good transition to start talking about what we are up to in our personal project lives.
Yeah. Do you want to go first since...
Sure.
Waiter heard you talking about people.
Yeah. A weird illusion there. So I am designing... I'm almost finished conceptualizing and creating a tarot deck. So it is the Maximalist Tarot deck. The intention is to find clarity in the chaos. So it is a little chaotic. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of colors, a lot of patterns. And it is so much fun, in my humble opinion. But those will be available to pre-order April 1st. So...
this episode will probably
be much later than April 1st. So they're just available to order.
Yeah.
At madgabheart.com.
Yeah. Now you kind of know the time frame at which
Yeah.
we're recording.
Yeah.
Which will be fun to then be able to look back and be like,
oh yeah, we recorded this on the 29th of March.
yeah, oh my gosh.
It's not the end of March.
That's ridiculous.
What the? Okay, not spiraling about the time-space continuum today. But if you like tarot, if you like a lot, this is for you. And I have t-shirts too with those designs.
They're very pretty.
Thank you.
Get one. We should wear one. We should wear them
We
all the time.
should.
Just show them off.
Yeah, be like, hi. Yeah, I have quite a few.
They kind of match our colors too.
Low key. Yeah.
I love that.
Aww.
Yeah. We'll show them off. And they'll be like all over Maddie's socials too. So
Oh yeah,
just-
I mean, it's basically all I've been posting about recently because that's been like my main gig for like 5 months, 6 months.
Oh my gosh, it has been that long.
Yeah, I know. This like when I say
Wow.
this has been in development for a while, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And it's almost done.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. But what about you?
Yeah. Okay. So this has also been a long-standing project that I have not touched recently. But for my thesis, I did a pitch Bible / art book for the story that I created like 2 years prior. And I was deciding, what do I want to do with this story? Because I made the pitch Bible thesis to force myself to make a tangible thing that I could hand off to studios and be like, hey, this is my idea, make it into something for me. And then realized, no, I'm too protective over this idea. I want to do it myself. So I decided I'm just going to jump full force and make it into a video game.
So cool.
Yeah. So I have been working on that for a long time. Since it's almost been a year. Oh my gosh, it's been like 10 months of working on it.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I have not done any art for it. Hello.
Oh. Well.
That's
Sorry.
fine. But I haven't done any art for it because I didn't realize how much planning there is in a video game.
Yeah.
And then I took a nice long 1 month break from it because it was melting my brain. But the name of the video game is Unauthorized. I have a whole page on my website dedicated to the story. My Patreon also has like a patron page that you can subscribe to that has like behind the scenes stuff, and you can get actual pages from the book that I made for download. 'Cause I wanna
It's
show it
gorgeous.
off. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's gorgeous. Please check it out.
Yay.
You won't be sorry. This is my mob voice.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I want to describe it, but it's very hard to describe something like that in the amount of time that I have.
Yeah.
So just go check it out. I'm also down to talk about it in person or over text if you're like, hey, what's this about?
What is this?
Let me tell you. I'll send you like 5 paragraphs. Have fun. Little book.
I will send you a full novella.
Yeah. You're welcome. So something I didn't say before that I was just thinking about was I'm really excited for us to have this kind of catalog of us talking about art school and stuff because my sister's going.
Oh, she got it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
I'm pretty sure it's VCU Arts.
That's amazing.
That's the one she wants. She did a whole core for
Oh.
interior design. Like, yeah,
Aw.
she's so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so hopefully, well, I mean, I've already talked with her about it for forever, but like, if she can have this, and maybe it can help her just like listen to it when we're not talking, so she like it's like we're talking to each other.
That's so sweet.
I
I
was
love
like-
that.
I was like, oh, that, yeah, I'm glad we're doing this.
Me too.
Because I at least
Me
know one
too.
person going into it that will now have resources. So that's pretty cool.
I mean, if we help one person, then that makes me happy.
I mean,
Like, I'm already happy.
we were kind of just doing this for ourselves, and you guys are tagging along.
Along for the ride. Because we would have these conversations anyway.
We've been having
We've
these
been.
conversations for 4+ years.
And that's, like, where the origin of this, like, we were just
We
sitting.
were driving to Ren Fair dressed as pirates, talking about art school, and then we were in like traffic, getting off the exit, and we were like, what if we recorded ourselves talking about this stuff?
Podcast.
And then here we are. I remember it so vividly, like, where we were and what we were doing. There's, like, pirate music playing in the background.
That just feels right, you know?
It was
like,
us,
that's
our core selves.
Maybe we just need to be dressed as pirates every
Well, I've considered it.
episode.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've considered dressing as a pirate every day.
Oh, that's even better.
Right?
I want to wear,
can't
like,
I?
want to wear armor every day. Like, I want to look like one of those, like, I want to look like one of those pretty lady knights.
Like Kiki Rockwell and her, like, oh.
Yeah, channel that. That's what I want.
She's so cool.
Agreed.
I don't want to look like that. But, anyways.
But anywho.
To kind of give you more of an idea of our credentials, we were going to talk a bit about our college experience, what we went through.
Yeah, just like a general overview. Because
Yeah.
we're going to get into the nitty gritty of, like, everything.
We have a lot of talking
think
points to
we-
really dive into. So
We really have quite a bit. But
Yeah.
just like a general overview of why you should give us the time of day. Because we went to art school and other school and we have the things. So
we did the things I promised.
we did the things. If you want to see my bachelor's.
I have it sitting on the floor of my desk back home.
Mine's just on, mine's on my desk. I should hang that up. It was
Yeah.
expensive.
It should be somewhere,
It should
not
be-
my floor.
It should be prominently displayed. But do you want to go first or should I?
Yeah, I can go first. So, I toured. Well, I'll start with, like, before I even went to CCAD, I toured a ton of colleges. Like, I toured Savannah College of Art and Design, Mass Art, Montserrat in Massachusetts. Oh my gosh. The Art School of Cincinnati, Columbus, VCU Arts.
Dang.
I toured one more.
I didn't tour any. That's so interesting.
My mom, and I'm glad she made me do this, my mom said that if I applied for a school, I had to visit it. That way, if I got in, I knew what I was setting myself up for. And I'm glad, because there's some schools, and this is no diss to those schools, I got into, like, a couple schools and then toured them and was like, oh my gosh, no. Like, either they were too small of a community, and I was homeschooled until I went to college, so I was ready for something that didn't feel like I was still being homeschooled, but also not, like, huge like a normal school. So I'm really glad I toured all those places. I went to CCAD. It was close to family, and I got some money from them. So that was nice.
That helped.
It had the most pros, for sure. And I'm glad I went. There's a lot of things that came from it. But it was really hard freshman year. And I don't even think it was the being away from family kind of thing, like being at my first school. I just had, like, a really not great freshman experience.
Yeah.
With just, like, roommate situations, and I didn't mesh with some of my professors very well, and it was a whole thing, but I'm glad I stayed. I almost transferred to VCU Arts. I almost left. There were some tearful conversations in my car with my parents, and I was like, I'm coming home. I can't do this anymore. But no, I'm very glad that I stayed, because I met Maddie.
Yeah.
We had our very first class together, 8 a.m.
Yeah.
That was,
And we made it not feel like 8 a.m.
and I think
You
everyone
know.
hated us for it.
And you know what? That's fine.
Well, yeah,
I'm okay with
Let
that.
them be sad.
we had a good time.
we kept ourselves awake. I totally crashed afterwards every class, but you know,
Yeah.
it was fine. But yeah, my general art experience, not art school, my art school experience was pretty good. I met a lot of cool people. I will say that it got better the longer I was there. Like, senior year was the best year ever. It made leaving really hard. I'm like, oh, I'm glad to be leaving. Oh, I'm not going to see my friends
Yeah.
or my cool professors.
the community.
Yeah. But I got to try a lot of cool things. I did a lot of mediums that I would have never touched if I didn't have those
Yeah.
resources. And I'm so happy I did, because my kind of whole career path has changed because of that. Which is exciting, which is what we're going to be talking about, kind of the, why you should branch out and try things.
Yes.
Because you don't know until you do it. And sometimes
Yeah.
it feels just right, or what you thought was going to feel right. You're like, ew, I hate this. Which happened, because my goal was to be a character designer, which was like 80% of the illustration class was...
It indeed. It truly was.
I'm going to do characters. And I left school not liking drawing characters. It took me a semester to realize, nah.
There are other things.
Everyone's doing this. I'm going to try environments because I hate them. We're going to give it a shot. And then I did it, and I was like, this is all I want to do. I just want to draw buildings and plants and, like, prop designs and sets. And that's good for me. I don't have to draw hands.
Yeah.
Or feet.
No hand.
Yeah. I was like, sign me up. Are you kidding me? But, yeah, that's kind of my general... And we'll dive into it. There's so much more about it.
Yeah, there's so many, like, tangents that we can and will explore.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of episodes. There's a lot of content we have to talk about. It's all, at least entertaining to us.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had the same conversations for the past 4 years, and we still talk about it. So obviously, there's some meat to it.
Yeah, it's a little tasty at least.
I think so.
I mean, I personally think it's pretty succulent, juicy kind of stuff. But anyhow.
I love talking about us. But yeah, let's hear your school, because we have very different school experiences.
We did, yeah. So I went to public school, like, in high school, and I had an amazing art teacher that really inspired me to explore, like, painting and other mediums, and he encouraged me to apply to art school, but I was scared. I was nervous. I didn't know what my family would think. I didn't really know what it even was or how I could make a career out of it, and honestly, I'm still figuring that out. So I toured one college and applied and got in. It was Ashland University, and honestly, I had an amazing first year of college. Like, the people I met and the growth that happened that year was something that I am forever grateful for. I went to school there for English and creative writing. I was going to do that double major thing. And I really loved it. I loved what I was learning. But the professor that was really the backbone of the program had to resign. And I just started thinking, I'm like, I don't think I want to continue with this line of education if he isn't going to be here. And I started looking into art schools in secret because I was afraid. I was like, what if I don't get in? What if I like am I even good enough? What should I do? So I applied to in secret. I didn't tell anybody. I toured. I got in to CCAD. I had to tell everyone, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't even know you wanted to do this." I was like, yeah, because I didn't tell you. But I did. I'm so glad that I did. Because as much of like a great year I had at Ashland, I decided I wanted to transition into not just writing books, but designing books. That was kind of that's how I conceptualized it, because I've always been a book gal. I could talk for hours about the books I love and the books I hate. So I wanted to be a part of what that process was in that creation process. So I was like, I'll go to school to design books. So I went for illustration at Columbus College of Art and Design, and I really kind of just took off from there. We majored in illustration. I learned so much. I tried so many different mediums and honestly didn't do any book design except until like my senior year.
Well, they didn't have the option
No,
for
they
it.
didn't. And I tried to like make those connections with my professors and with other peers, and I learned different things than I was expecting going into school. So I've designed a book, I've designed a cover, like I'm continuing to do those, available on Amazon, called Becoming Lovely. I'm gonna plug that really quick, but I still really enjoy that process. But what I'm so thankful for art school is that I was able to really explore so many mediums and meet amazing people like Peyton, and really inspired me to make things I never would have made and never would have felt like I had the capacity to make. So I graduated in 2022, and I've made horror animatronics for summer. I've designed wrestling gear, and now I'm a product photographer, and it's for a plumbing company. So I've done a lot of freelance illustration stuff in addition to those things, but it's not a path I would have expected for myself, but I'm so glad that I did, because I heard something one time where it's like, when you're dying, you're gonna regret the things you didn't do more than the things you did. So that quote, I remember I was like 3 a.m. my freshman year, I was debating on transferring, and I saw that quote and I was like, so I guess I do gotta go to art school, huh? So I did, and I don't regret it, as weird and niche and expensive and confusing as it all was. Like, it really shaped me into a person that I really like. Mm-hmm. Which is cool, because I didn't really have that before. I didn't really have, like, not to get too vulnerable on the mic, but I didn't like who I was for a while, and now I do. And that I can attribute my experiences and the people from art school that made that possible. So
Yeah.
Shout out that.
You should see the transition of when we first met to who we are now. Just in terms of, like, not even just, like, personality, but looks, too. Like, our styles have changed.
Different.
The way we hold ourselves has changed. Like, the confidence is, like, amazing.
Unparalleled.
Yeah.
It's so cool. We really have evolved. And we've evolved together, too, which I think is so sweet.
That is really cool. It's cool looking back and being like, whoa, that's how we met each other? That's crazy.
We really did that? Wow.
We were like this?
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't, like, start this at the beginning of school.
Oh,
it would have been a little humiliating.
Just a little bit. Because we thought we knew everything. I did.
So, I'm going to quote Taylor Swift really quick. How can someone know everything at 18 but nothing at 22? And I've never felt that so viscerally at 23 as
Yeah. Well, especially, like, freshman year, and this was also pre-COVID.
Yeah.
But, like, freshman year, you kind of have the choice to, like, put on this air about yourself that you know things to make yourself stand out, to get more friends. I mean, I definitely was like, I need to look confident so people don't know I was homeschooled. Yeah. And that's kind of what I did. And I think it helped. I think pushing myself to act confident made me confident.
Yes.
So there was that. I can attribute some things to that. But I think it tired me out a lot.
I decided I was going to be an extrovert my first day of college. I remember having a conversation with myself, as one does.
Yeah.
I was like, I am going to have a bomb-ass college experience. I'm going to be an extrovert. As someone who, like, didn't talk really in high school, this was a huge shift.
Yeah.
And then I shaved my head.
You did.
And I did it.
Yeah.
And, like, I think we're better for it, like, forcing ourselves to be, like, these, I don't want to say extroverted, but, like, deciding to be confident is really most of the battle for that, making that choice.
Yeah.
We're better for it.
Yeah, and I mean, your confidence made me notice you. I was like, whoa, she's awake at 8 a.m. and happy
terrified.
and talking. And
I was
I'm like,
terrified.
that means I can do it. 'Cause I was so nervous.
I was too. I was
like,
so glad.
I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know anybody. I don't know what's happening. I was so concerned people are gonna know I was homeschooled.
I had no idea.
That's so funny. I love hearing that from people. It's hilarious. I thought there's some people at school I was like, you were definitely homeschooled, and they weren't. I was like, what? Sorry, I didn't say that to your face. Because that's not a compliment.
No.
No.
Oh, but it's funny.
It's pretty hilarious. It really is. Did I tell you my sister is also gonna shave her head?
I'm so happy for her.
I think she said her start of like sophomore year. Gone.
That's gonna be amazing. I seriously recommend every person to shave their head. It was such a, because I hid behind my hair, and like it was such a transformative, like symbolic experience for me. People ask me, why'd you do it? My great aunt asked me, did you shave your head in solidarity with cancer patients?
Oh.
And I said, no, I just wanted to. And she was like, oh, well, okay.
Oh
And she walked away and I was like, okay, Happy New Year's.
Oh, that puts you in such an awkward position.
It does. But I really just like was able to focus on who I was on the inside instead of the outside, because I didn't have to deal with like fixing my hair or doing like other beauty things. I wasn't wearing any makeup. I was just like, I'm just chilling. This is me.
This is who I am.
I still really like makeup and doing it. It's fun, but it's like I didn't have to put any effort into it. I was able to make more stuff.
True.
That's just how I worked.
Wake up when you need to.
Yeah,
Jump
literally
out of bed.
5 minutes before class.
It's really nice. I mean, I did that, but I probably should have done my hair a little bit. I had a lot.
I mean, that's what I do now, and it kind of shows. But we're gonna ignore that. Not all of you get to see what my hair looks like, so only the people who watch the YouTube.
Yeah,
The YouTube.
sorry.
God, I sound like 40 years old.
The World Wide Web.
The Facebook, the Snapchat, the Snaptube.
Snapchat's ancient now.
Yeah, some people still only use Snapchat to communicate, though.
Crazy.
I know.
No offense.
Yeah.
If you do.
No, I'm not judging you.
No.
Okay. Well, thanks for operating with us.
But this was Our School Dissections. I am Peyton Hunt.
And I'm Maddie Gaphart.
Take care of your guts.
And make something cool.
Or bad.
Bye! That's so cute.